Well, hello everybody. Welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, welcome in. This is Lunar Goddess Tarot. I have been away for a few weeks. For those of you following me, I have had a horrible time of it. And it's been really challenging. And I want to apologize in advance for my absence. I want to thank you all for your loyalty, for sticking with me, and for just your patience and understanding as I go through this dark night of the soul, ego death process with a lot of physical symptoms. So I'm going to do my best. It's going to be a short reading today because, as you can tell, I still don't have my voice back. And one of the things that's happening now in 2022 is things are being stripped from us. We're being stripped bare. And obviously I talk for a living, so it's been very challenging not to be able to do that. But I did post a written post on Patreon. So if you want to take a look at that, it's available to all patrons. You can join at just $5 a month. And it's a great way to support my work and to support me here in the new year. I want to wish you all an incredible new year. And I hope everyone is doing incredibly well. I'm just so thankful for your support. And I'm sorry I wasn't able to assist you guys more there in December, but I got hit twice with these symptoms. And it's been very severe for me. I've had a fever off and on for 2 weeks. And just a lot of congestion and respiratory issues, as well as, the emotional, the emotional impact that isolating and being sick has on one's body. So I am slowly regaining my strength. And I do want to let you guys know that you're on my mind. And I'm so appreciative of all my followers and everyone who supports my work in any way, even if you've just watched videos or liked a video. All of those things will greatly help the channel. So thank you so much. And without further ado, we're going to do a short reading here. Mainly short because I don't have a lot of energy to exert right now, but also because, as you can tell, my voice is very fragile still. And talking seems to exacerbate the coughing, which is very frustrating. But I know that I'll be able to look back on this and see the reason for it and understand why this is happening. If you guys want to understand more, what's happening right now, and to sum it up, is the masculines collectively are falling pretty hard and fast. So let's go though, and let's do some insight. Let's look into the energies here of the connection for you guys. I'm going to try to cough away from the microphone. If it's too much, I apologize. There's nothing I can do about the cough. Doing everything I can, trust me. We're going to start with a tarot deck here, the Muse Tarot. And we're going to look into the energies of the feminine and the masculine. So if you're new to my channel, I mainly I focus on the divine feminine, divine masculine aspects, internally and externally, as well as light workers and their ascension journey, especially here in 2022. The light worker journey is going to become really exciting from April through August. We see those being very positive months. The first few months of the year here might be a little challenging. And you guys know that I don't sugarcoat. My former channel name was Divine Truth Tarot. So I am here to really deliver the truth, and also do it in a way in which there will always be hope. There will always be something to take or glean from that experience. Okay. So the Two of Wands coming out. I feel like there might be one more that wants to come out. So these will be the overall energies here. The Two of Wands, yeah, some long-term planning is going to be happening here. The Nine of Pentacles. This is the archetype of the single woman, the single man. So this is really good. And what I've been feeling is that the masculines are actually single right now, and or they will be single very soon here for the majority of 2022. Now, some feminines, depending on where you're at on your journey, if you've been on this journey for a while, you'll understand this is a really positive thing for the masculines to experience being single and really separating from those karmic energies, okay? Karmic partners, karmic jobs, karmic energies. But some of you might be upset. This might be triggering to hear, well, why, if they're single, why aren't they coming towards me? If they got a divorce, or if they separated from their partner, or whatever, why aren't they coming towards me and trying to ignite or reignite this connection? Guys, they're doing some long-term planning, and they're really thinking in terms of their life and where they want this to go. This is very important that you understand that the journey, union can look very different. There are different types of union, and you have to stay open on this journey to the possibility of spiritual union, the possibility of union in different forms. A lot of twins work together, and that is your mission, that is your purpose. It may not look like we expect it to look in the 3D. And I know that's part of the ego death. That's part of the dark night of the soul. And this journey is you meet this incredible person, you fall in love with them, like mind, body, soul, and then you find out, I can't be with them. This is absurd. And it feels very unjust and unfair. And that's been a lot of what the feminine's been dealing with over the past, 2-3 years, is like, maybe longer for some of you, is why can't I be with this person that I adore? Like the only person in the world that lights up my soul in this way. Why am I being punished? Why do I have to be separate from this person? But look at all the growth that's happening in the interim. Look at all the growth that your counterpart is doing. And, this physical plane is just one of many. So understand that the physical plane is not everything. Okay, many things are happening in the spiritual realms. In 2022, you're going to see the masculines become single. They're going to leave jobs or lose jobs. They're going to spend time working with healers. They're going to spend time in isolation and just kind of solitude. Okay, and I saw this coming up like the last 6 months of 2021. I saw a preparation for this phase. And the feminines are, expected to go off on their own journeys and really pour the energy into themselves. I cannot stress enough how important it is, feminines, that you pour this energy into yourself, and that the ultimate takeaway from 2022 be your own resilience and your own strength in this journey, and understanding that letting your masculine go on this journey and letting them figure out what it is that they truly want, that they truly desire for their lives, is the ultimate gift that you can give your counterpart, is to let them do this on their own, to let them fall on their own, to let them find a way back up and find their way back to the light on their own, and that you just focus on yourself and that you love yourself, because the more you love yourself, the more they're going to turn inward as well. The more you focus on them, the more they're focusing on like outwardly, okay? So the more you focus internally, the more they focus on themselves, which is you. You guys are one soul. So there is a need, a necessity to understand that this is not, a separation is not real. It only exists in the physical realm. The more you focus on it, the more you will see that. So as the masculines are focusing on this long-term planning and perhaps doing some traveling, I do see them doing a lot of traveling spiritually in 2022. It's going to be a lot different than 2019, 2020, 2021 for the masculines. This year is going to be vastly different from previous years for them. So some feminines, I just got the 3 of Swords here. Some of you are feeling very heartbroken, very, very sad about this journey and about maybe this possibility of never coming into physical union. And that's part of what you're here to come to terms with, is to come to terms with the fact that union might look very different, or, okay, we may not have physical union in this lifetime. Am I going to be okay with that? Can I accept this? And it's a process, guys. It's a process. Be very gentle on yourselves and understand, surrender, releasing control are of utmost importance at this time. And this journey is yours. This is your journey to experience. And, I do see a lot of soulmates coming in 2022 for the feminines. But a lot of these soulmates are, you know, masculines as well, and they're going to be moving through their own process. So take it with a grain of salt. Enjoy the friendships. Enjoy, you know, the possibility of other masculine energy coming into your life. But don't attach. Try not to attach to a person as being your savior, divine feminine. You know, you're going to be healing your broken heart here in 2022. And for a lot of you, this could be like a resurrection of the Three of Swords energy, of the brokenheartedness, of like, I thought I healed this, and then it comes back up. So really focus on your heart, feminine. You have a big heart. You have a lot to give. There are different ways in which you can express this love and send it out into the world. And it's not just through your physical divine masculine. Can you give that love to your inner divine masculine? Okay. The Magician, so feminine, you're going to be adopting this energy of anything is possible. So coming out of this energy of the brokenheartedness that you might have started 2022 with, especially if you were sick like me, it's very hard to, you know, think positively when you feel physically exhausted, like just depleted. I don't think I've ever felt so awful in my entire life than I have the past 2.5 weeks or so. It's been awful. And you know, I don't say that lightly, and I'm not looking for sympathy. I'm just expressing and communicating what I've been through. It's been very challenging for me. I have a loss of appetite, so then a loss of energy, and then a loss of mental energy. And there's just so much to process. And we have to remember that we are powerful creators, that we have the ability to manifest the life of our dreams and the life of our desires. So coming out of this energy, feminine, you're going to be feeling more free, okay? And I do see, again, April to August being very pivotal months in 2022, very, very exciting months, especially if your birthday or your masculine birthday, or your feminine, if you're a masculine watching, especially if your birthdays are in those months of April to August, or if, you know, if those months are just important to you in some way, just understand that this is going to be very positive, but positive all around for everybody. Nobody's excluded from that. So we just have to get through the first 3 months of the year. And I do see you walking away from this sadness, feminine, walking away from that Eight of Cups, like walking away from the brokenheartedness and from needing to kind of like, it's almost like for the feminine, I see you kind of like expecting to be brokenhearted or expecting to be let down on this journey, and walking away from that mentality of like, you know what, I can take from this anything that I want to. Like, I don't have to interpret this as the worst thing that's ever happened to me. I have the opportunity to look at this with a fresh set and a fresh pair of eyes. And that's what I see happening in April through August. Okay, for you guys, 2023 looks really amazing, by the way. So we've got to get through 2022. 2023 and beyond look really amazing. These have just been some really tough years, 2019 through 2022, some very tough years indeed. And if there seems to be like a delay in physical union for counterparts, I think that this could be wise, because globally, we've had to put our energy into kind of just, it's almost like survival mode, like just surviving, just making ends meet, and just, putting yourself first. And the connection has sort of taken a backseat for a lot of people. And a lot of the masculines reverted and went backwards, like the last 6 months of 2021, and they went back to karmic partners or karmic jobs or karmic cycles or addictions. And the feminine was just like, I've had it, I've had it. I'm not doing this anymore. This is exhausting. I don't have the energy to entertain this kind of karmic influences or energy in my life anymore. Like, I just don't have the energy. So feminine really walked away. And the masculine has felt this, and that's part of what has happened. That's why the masculine has fallen so fast and hard, is because the feminine has really done her due diligence and has really walked away and said, you've got to go through this on your own. But the masculine unknowingly will pull at the energy of the feminine. That's why so many of you have been feeling so crappy lately, like myself, okay? So call back your energy. Call back your energy from your counterpart. They do not need your help. They can do this alone, just like you did. You don't need to save them. Interesting. Tracker and Spirit of Air. What's interesting about Tracker is Holly, my business partner and Reiki master healer who works with me in the groups, and also we work together individually to provide healing sessions. She is a tracker, okay? So she's able to track where like an emotion comes from or an illness comes from or a trigger comes from. It's very interesting to see that here. So these are the energies for the Divine Feminine. So I'm going to pull out the book because I'm not sure exactly what Tracker is. Okay. Focus your intent and passion on one thing rather than being scattered in different directions. Be single-minded in what's truly important in your life and let everything else go. Track the unseen but very real stream of energy to that which you desire. Yeah, this is all about what is your desire. Track it back to its source and then make sure that you're basically nourishing that source, okay? The source of energy, the source of desire, the source of joy, the source of love. Focus on what is working and concentrate on what you desire. Don't concentrate on what you don't desire. That's very important for the feminine here in 2022. Now with the Spirit of Air, feminine, you're going to be receiving a lot of clarity, a lot of expansion, a lot of expansive energy here. Air can be carried, right, through miles and miles and miles. As the wind is carried through the trees, and storms are carried across different states and different countries sometimes. So it's a very powerful energy, the Spirit of Air. It's about communicating your truth and, hearing the truth of others, seeing the situation and the journey in an entirely new light, Divine Feminine. This is about the mental aspects of your life, the mental aspect of its journey, and it's about how you choose to see the journey, how you choose to perceive what's happening to you. You perceive, the masculine's becoming single, the masculine is kind of, focused on their life in 2022. And the feminine feels left out. She feels heartbroken, but you have the ability to manifest amazing things. All right, I'm just going to pull a card or two for the masculine, and then I'm going to have to give my voice a rest, guys. I wanted to do more, but I'm just not able to. So I have to respect my boundaries. All right, masculine energy, sweat lodge. Yeah, yes, purification. The masculines are purifying in the beginning here of 2022, let's say the first 3 months. There's a purification process happening. Now, this is very physical. This isn't just in the spiritual realm. The masculine's very aware of what's happening to them. Okay, 2021, they weren't so much. Now they are. They're aware that this is a purification process. They're aware that they're healing their wounds in 2022. Okay. There's a cleansing happening. Guys, you want this. You want your masculine to go through this. You don't want to go through this with them. It's not your job to do this. It's not your job to save them or to save anybody. They're letting go of relationships and jobs and thoughts and belief systems that do not serve them. Okay, they're purifying their body. They're purifying their mind, their soul, their environment. Everything is being purified and broken down to really its barest. Its barest form. A lot of the masculines are going to be detoxifying, through diet, through nutrition in 2022. Some of them are going to actually encounter shamans. Some of them are going to, do ayahuasca. Some of them are going to, they're going to go to extreme lengths, and you might be surprised. You're like, what? My masculine would never do ayahuasca. Well, they're going to be doing it in 2022. Now, and I'm not advocating for that, by the way. I'm just, this is what I'm seeing. They're definitely going to be working on healing and working on kind of exercising their demons, getting their demons out, getting to the root of their issues. Like, why have I denied my feminine? You know, why have I denied my feminine's influence on my life? Why have I denied this connection? Like, where have I gone wrong? You know, and how can I get back to center? How can I get back to what really matters? You're going to be seeing a different version of your masculine by year's end, that's for sure. Just want to make sure you're not focusing on the masculine, but rather you're focusing on yourself this year. All right, I'm going to pull one more card. My guys are like, no, Sarah, rest your voice. It is painful to try to talk. Not because it hurts, but it's like a tickle. I don't know if you guys have ever experienced that. It's very annoying, very limiting. All right. Ooh, we have the cat goddess here. So we have Hathor. Hathor, a nourishing great mother goddess, is the Egyptian mother of all gods and goddesses. Portrayed as a cow, she is a sky goddess, the queen of the heavens. The sun emerges from her womb and the moon from her breast. Oh, she has a lion's head. That's why it looked like a cat. She assumes the role of destroyer and giver of death. Okay, so yes, you might be going through your own death, your own ego death, your own purification process. Interesting that the masculines are going through the sweat lodge purification. The feminines, you're going through your own death and rebirth here in 2022. It's just going to look very different. She's a strong embodiment of the many sides of existence. Creator, sustainer, destroyer, she encompasses it all. Hathor reminds us that we too must acknowledge all parts of ourselves, that what we might call destructive is sometimes necessary to allow our creativity and compassion to flourish. You might want to look up Hathor, Divine Feminine. I would like to say more, but my voice, I've got to go. I've got to rest. I love you guys so much. Thank you for tuning in here. I will do more as soon as I'm able. God bless you. Happy New Year and see you soon.